Hey, RetconRaider here. Today's video is dedicated to James Trimmier, with special thanks to Anerdinwarpaint, Matthew Holmquist, Nathan Welch Jr., and Valinrook, all of whom helped make this series possible. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to Wasteland 3, as we conclude our casual tour of downtown Colorado Springs, and hopefully have enough time left over to address this brewing hostage situation. Before we get to that, though, I should note that I have made a few minor tweaks between episodes. First up, I invested a few more points into weird science. I mean, we've got the points to spare, and it will boost Retcon's fire damage output. Not to mention, it lets us meet the prereqs for the brainwave destabilizer, which I am quite looking forward to trying out. Aside from that, I also went ahead and invested in Bonker's persuasion skills. Just enough to bump them both up to 3, though we do pull that extra point from the veteran badge. Honestly, in retrospect, I should have just boosted his persuasion skill in the first place. We would have saved $200 and gained a level in the process. Anyway, we've got a lot of ground to cover, so let's get back to it.
This here's Market Square. The Arapaho garage is just outside the city gates. My old friend Doc Parker set up a clinic there. Parker's the best doctor in town. Be a hell of an asset if we can persuade him to join the Rangers. Careful, though. The doc is prickly at the best of times. And these are not the best of times.
That might be a slight understatement, but thanks. Several of the stalls in Market Square were wrecked by the Dorseys, or martial crossfire. Can't really blame them for that. It happens.
Snapping Jimmy Bob's still standing. Dorseys or no Dorseys. You think a little raid would stop snapping Jimmy Bob? No siree. Oh, hey! New faces? Let me know if you need to restock. I hear there's still some Dorseys in the city.
Yeah, we noticed. So, what's your story, Jimmy Bob?
That's snapping Jimmy Bob, thank you.
Okay, sorry. What's your story, snappin' Jimmy Bob?
Not that much to tell. My dad was a trader, and a good one, and now I'm a trader, and a good one. Might seem boring to wandering muscle like yourself, but I like it.
Yeah, it's alright. What's that contraption on the end of your stall?
Oh, that's my prized possession. A genuine pre-apocalypse, fully functional microwave. I can cook up some truly gourmet delicacies with it. But the damn power got cut in the fighting. It'll take the city weeks to fix it.
I think we could take a look at that.
Sure thing.
Let's see here. Seems pretty straightforward. Aha. Okay. Let's try that again. There we go. Random guitar.
Oh, wow! The microwave's humming again.
Huzzah! Once again, the day is saved.
Thanks for getting the power hooked back up to my microwave. I've got some real treats I couldn't sell without it. Power line must have gotten busted up in the fighting.
Well, I am glad we could help. Let's trade.
Let's.
Kind of all over the place. I see food, I see cigarettes, ammo, a basic assortment of weapon mods, frozen ferrets. Probably best not to ask. Ooh, deployables. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing some stuff we'll need to come back for, but that will have to wait until we've stockpiled more cash and boosted our barter score a bit. At the very least, we'll want it to be at 3 before we start buying in bulk. Okay, so obviously I think Lucia is going to be our dedicated barter character, which means that once she hits level 6, we can pick up Penny Pincher. And then once she hits rank 7 in barter, we'll also pick up Antiques Appraiser, which might not sound like much, but that 5% proc chance can amount to a huge amount of extra money, which means we'll basically be sitting on all of our vendor trash until we can unlock that perk. That'll definitely take a while, but it should hopefully be worth it.
Jesus, loaves and fishes, Christ! That's a bomb under my stall, ain't it?
Oh, shit, Taiwan. God, it is.
We best stay back.
God damn it! Where are the marshals?
They've got their hands full licking their wounds. You're gonna be waiting a while.
Back up slowly.
Aw, fish sticks. I'm gonna have to disarm that thing myself, ain't I?
Depends on how fond of your fingers you are. And your arms. And face. And...
Yeah, let's just keep waiting.
Holy mackerel! Better stay back from my stall. Those goddamn Dorseys dropped a landmine under it.
Yeah, about that. We actually defused the mine.
Really? That's great news! Here's a little something for you. I'm back in business. Welcome to the freshly reopened Taiwan Jones's Emporium! We have everything you need, just for the asking and, well, the paying.
Fair.
You didn't hear this from me, Franz, but word is there's still Dorseys all around the city waiting to jump innocents such as yourself. Be sure to stock up with me, yeah?
Subtle. Very subtle. So, tell us about yourself.
You want to hear about the wide open seas, my trusty vessel, the wild waves crashing the shores? Well, sorry, chums. I'm just here to sell stuff. What would you like?
What's with the, ocean puns?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Franz.
You are definitely doing that on purpose. Very shellfish behavior. So, do you sell fish?
Nope. No. Wish that I did, Franz. Born and raised in Colorado Springs. Me? I've never even seen a fish in my life. Wondrous creatures, I hear.
Yeah, they're okay. Not gonna buy anything, but let's have a look at those wares.
Sardinely.
Okay, that one hurt. Let's, dial it back. Low and mid-tier weapons and armor. I do see a few things I wouldn't mind picking up, but that's also stuff we might just find by exploring, so, Hard to say if it's worth the investment. Mary Milkteeth.
Did you see the Dorseys almost blow up the statue?
Yeah, I was hiding under the bookseller's stall. Marshall stopped him at the last second.
Wouldn't be Market Square without it.
Yep, the Patriarch is very humble. Quite possibly the humblest. The bodies of fallen marshals and citizens have been arranged for pickup and proper burial. That placement is very conspicuous.
Welcome to Mary Milkteeth's Morning After Mart. If you did some things last night that you wish you hadn't, I got you covered. I can clean you up, sober you up, cure your ills, and get you ready to face the new day. Or maybe you got banged up in the Dorsey raid. I can help with that too. What do you need?
Hi there. What's your story?
Just a simple humanitarian who saw a niche that needed filling. Now, are you buying or are you talking?
I don't know. What do you have for sale?
Remedies for regret, children. Headache pills, hair of the dog, pills for the pox, pills for the pain, and first aid kits for those of you who might have started something you couldn't finish. All guaranteed to fill you with pep and put a spring in your step. What can I get you?
All right, let's have a look.
Here you go, children. Salvation is at hand.
Yeah, okay. So it's basically what it says on the tin. A small assortment of medical goods and a handful of colorful boozes. I'm actually a little surprised she doesn't sell chems, too, but I guess that might be regulated in Colorado Springs. Wide choke. Might come in handy.
Hello there. The name's Theodoric Curie. Theo for friends. I need to work on these gate hydraulics, but I always have time to answer some questions, if you're here to learn about our wall.
Who are you?
I am the humble son of scientists. My mother and father were on a mission to pursue the possibility of cold fusion. Imagine nuclear reactions at room temperatures, making it safe for everyone. Sadly, they are gone, and my efforts to follow their work has been stymied by immediate dangers. Perhaps one day, I'll have the time to devote to such a monumental achievement again.
Neat. So, tell us about the Colorado Springs Wall.
It's simply your standard concrete barrier with Tesla-styled electrical deterrence. Not an absolute marvel of what could be done, but sufficient for the task of keeping out enemies. If we had oil to power the generators, you'd see the glorious effect of thousands of volts of electricity arcing across it, deterring would-be attackers from approaching. Such a pity.
Interesting. You know, that directly ties valor to the city's defenses going down right before an attack on 2 occasions, because the Patriarch told us that Valor convinced the Gippers to stop sending oil to Colorado Springs, which essentially rendered their wall defenses useless right before the Dorseys staged their surprise attack. Though that would also imply that Liberty is actually behind the Dorsey raid, which isn't beyond the realm of possibility. It's something I think we actually pitched to the Patriarch, and he didn't outright shoot it down. Sorry, Theodric. We have to go.
Believe me, I understand. Thank you for stopping by, and good luck out there. Back to the wall.
That actually reminds me. Yeah, I forgot to look at this note we got from that Dorsey prisoner we spared. Why you gotta go to Colorado Springs? All the fun's gonna be in the mountains, surprising those Hotlanders. Can't believe Nelius lets that bitch tell him what to do. Well, fuck it. See you back at camp. And I'm betting you a week's rations I take more ears than you. For the deluge. Classy. It actually doesn't tell us all that much, but that definitely seems to imply that Liberty is, in fact, pulling Nelius's strings. The plot thickens. Looks like that's the doctor's office. We'll get to that in a second.
Oh, you want to talk to Mama? She's the one in charge.
Y'all seem nice, but if you got business with the Carters, you should talk to Mama.
Okay. Grizzled and gnarled as an old oak tree, this round little woman scowls at you from under her scarf, eyes invisible in a face that is more wrinkles than skin.
You got business with Mama Carter?
Yes?
Ha! No, you don't. Come back when you do. Until then, scram.
Fair enough. Thank you for your time. There's our world map exit, so I think we're almost done. Nice little medical cache. All right, let's go have a chat with the local doc.
No time.
A linebacker in a lab coat, this doctor is clearly weary, but works feverishly to bandage the bloody head of an unconscious young woman.
Hey, Doc.
Quan, hope you won't take offense, but I've got no time for niceties. Dying people take precedence.
Understood, brother.
Can we do anything to help? He gestures towards the injured patients lying nearby.
They're in bad shape, and I don't have the time or tools to save them.
Yeah, you can count on us. What can we do? His shoulders sag with relief.
Thank you. The things I need most are a suture kit, an injury kit, and a medic pack. Got that? These folks are literally dying on us, so don't fuck around.
Well, what a coincidence. I think we literally just found those right outside. Yep, we've already got the kits you wanted.
Great. Then get started on those patients.
Got it. He nods, allowing himself a quiet sigh of relief, then returns his attention to the injured woman. The young woman is unconscious. Her head is wrapped in bloody gauze. This man is sitting clenched-teethed in a puddle of his own blood, a hand pressed to his belly. Intestines bulge from between the slats of his fingers. Lovely. He won't last much longer without help. If you use one of your suture kits on him, you may be able to save his life.
It isn't bad, is it? Just flesh wound, am I right? You should see the other guy.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Trust us. Sergeant Bonkers is our finest combat medic.
You closed my wound. I won't miss staring at my own guts.
Yeah, you and me both. This woman is almost unconscious. Her body is a nightmare of bruises and welts, but at least she is breathing. The damage is severe, but treatable with basic tools. You could use one of your med packs to save her life.
They wouldn't stop. Why wouldn't they stop? It hurts. Please.
On it.
What's going on? Did you patch me up?
You'll be fine. Next. Severely injured man. I think it's safe to assume we'll need an injury kit for him. This man doesn't appear to be in much pain, but he's intensely focused on his leg. White bone shears through the skin. He's clearly broken it in several places. This may end poorly for him. You could use one of your injury kits to save his life.
Jumped out of a building to escape the Dorseys. Didn't count on the ground stopping me.
Yeah, it's funny how that works. Gravity is a harsh mistress.
My leg! You said it! Ugh, still hurts like a bitch, but maybe I'll actually walk again.
You're welcome.
What now?
We've done everything we can for the patients. They should all pull through.
Good. Thank you. One sec, though. I know I've asked a lot of you, and I'm grateful for what you've already done. But I need one more favor.
Of course you do.
You see this girl? She was shot in the head, but there's no exit wound. The bullet's still in there. I need to keep constant watch on her, and I need cleaner, safer facilities to do it. If you let me use the facilities at your HQ, I'll do anything. I'll work as your doctor. I'll fucking juggle for you, Rangers. I just need to save her. What do you say?
Oh, yeah, we can definitely do that. Welcome aboard, Dr. Parker.
Thank you. Thank you. You've saved her life. And mine. Need anything before I get my stuff together?
Yes, actually. We could use some medical attention.
Of course. Let's have a look. Good luck.
Thanks, Doc. Nice.
Rangers, I'd chat, but there's a lot to wrap up before I make my way to your headquarters.
Fair enough. Let's see what we've got over here. An Arapaho convoy truck is undergoing repairs. When you carry goods across all of Colorado, you're bound to take some damage.
You ever hear
Even in his old age, this man is impressive. Broad-shouldered and thick-necked. He wears his hair in thick, white braids.
Hey, Jimmy. Glad to see you're okay. Dorsey's didn't get this far?
Nah, they didn't bother with us. They were after folks wearing badges like yours. I would have shot those Dorseys dead if they'd walked in my garage. Haven't seen your friends before. If you folks are looking for help with your vehicle, you've come to the right place.
What is this place?
This is the Colorado Springs Arapaho Station. We got stations all over Colorado, mostly for fixing and supplying our own fleet. But we fix vehicles and sell parts to anybody. I'm the manager, Jimmy Longhaul. That's my crew over there. If you need any repairs or alterations to your ride, they're the ones who will put it all together. Best crew in the business.
Looks like you also repair people.
Yeah? Oh, that's Doc Parker. He needed a place to set up his clinic, and we had the space, so... Good thing, too. Those Dorseys hurt a lot of people with that little raid of theirs. We brought as many as we could in here, and Doc's been patching them up as fast as he can. Only got 2 hands, though.
Is Parker a good doctor?
The best in Colorado Springs, no lie. He was the Patriarch's personal physician for a while. Took care of all the hoity-toits in Broadmoor Heights, too. Kinda pissed us off at the time, actually. Nice Arapaho boy, taking care of the hemorrhoids of the 100 families and turning his back on his own people. Came home in the end, though. Remembered who he was and set up his clinic here. Been serving the working people of Colorado Springs ever since.
Interesting. Can you tell us about your employees?
Co-workers, not employees. I only give the orders 'cause I take the orders, get me? Anyway, Fastback's the old one. Been with the station almost as long as I have. Wrench, the tall fella, thinks he's a heartbreaker, but he's the most sentimental sap you'll ever meet. And Pacer's our newest recruit. Don't mess with her. She's 10 pounds of attitude in a 5-pound bag.
So, are you all Arapaho here?
At the moment, yeah, I guess so. Driving and wrenching has kind of become the Arapaho brand. We pride ourselves on being the best mechanics and couriers in the West.
What can you tell us about the Arapaho?
Well, except for those of us who run the stations, we mostly live on the road. The people of the convoy, some folks call us. And we've turned that way of life into a business. Arapaho Service Stations, Iron Thunder Logistics, Arapaho Caravan Protection, and so on. While other folks were eating each other in the suburbs or fighting over mansions in Broadmoor Heights, we kept to the wildlands and didn't come back until civilization had reestablished itself. And when we came back, we came with services people needed. Transportation, protection, and repair. Been living well ever since.
Impressive. Do you hire outsiders?
Sure we do, if they're good enough. Takes a lot of skills to be better than an Arapaho, though.
What do you sell?
Anything for your vehicle. Have a look.
You ever hear of car gardens?
You mean where they grow these fine automobiles for our personal use?
Don't get cute.
Sorry.
Anyway, I didn't know they existed until my pa told me to go down to this old man's farm. He said he had a few cars we could take. What we didn't expect was 50 VWs in his garden,
hanging around like shrubbery in a rich man's home. Damn waste of some good cars, but...
But what? But what? You can't just leave the story there. Anyway, as you may have noticed, Sergeant Bonkers is up a level. Let's have a look here. Okay, let's go ahead and boost his coordination. I mean, obviously, he could also benefit from strength and speed and awareness, but I think we need to focus on action points for now. At least until we get him up to about 10 action points per turn. We'll also go ahead and boost his automatic weapons by 1 point. That'll make his attacks more accurate, but more importantly, it will also give us access to a halfway decent perk. Gopher Hunter, which will make it even easier to hit enemies who are cowering behind cover. You may have also noticed that I went ahead and picked up that toolkit from Jimmy. That'll grant us a +1 bonus to mechanics, always useful. And we also picked up this stethoscope from Doc Parker, but I think we're better off with a badge for now. We'll swap them out as needed. Okay, let's fill in this one last gap, and then we'll hit the garden. Unshaven and slovenly, Marshal Lupinski shifts his unlit, half-smoked cigar to the corner of his mouth as you approach.
I heard we had some new arrivals wash on in. Military types, they said. Can't really see the difference between you and the ordinary class of mercs. Well, much as I'd love to shoot the shit with you tryhards, Sheriff Daisy said to let you go on in. So, go on. Give them Dorseys some hell.
Marshal Lupinski, I expect you to moderate your language in the presence of a young lady.
My apologies, Miss Wesson. I meant no disrespect. Best of luck to you and your companions here.
Gosh, thanks. What's behind this gate?
It's the Garden of the Gods. Rocks, experimental farms, and now those Dorseys.
Any idea how many Dorseys are in there?
Nope.
Okay. Thanks again.
No room for amateurs in this town. You hear? No room.
You shouldn't be so hard on yourself. You seem to have found a nice spot for yourself in the Marshals. Brygo's Little Vegas. A nice throwback to classic Wasteland.
Place is closed. Brygo wants us to stand in the cold and make sure you know it.
That is quite a job you found for yourself. Troy's Diary. Nope, sorry. Troy's Dairy. I do actually really like that they've included item descriptions. Something you see less and less frequently these days, and they definitely had fun with them. Now that is where we fought those thieves. So yeah, I think we're ready to move on. You know, we're seeing a lot of animals, and I've been giving it some thought. I know I planned for Retcon to be our leader, and he still will be. But I think we might cap his leadership gain at about 5, just far enough to pick up those 2 perks, and then start shuffling points into Animal Whisperer instead. Yeah, I mean, Rally and Demoralize are both great utility perks, but once you get past rank 5, there's not a very compelling reason to keep going. Something to think about, I suppose. Anyway, we are getting ready to head into the garden, so let's hit the pause button real quick. I'll make sure all our gear is set, make sure our weapons are loaded, and we will be right back.
Hello? Whoever just came up from the city, come in. This is Bellamy Ward. There are Dorseys all over the garden. I'm pinned down on a high ledge. Can you reach me?
We're the Rangers. Sit tight and we'll take care of the Dorseys.
Oh, thank God. I'll call out if I see you, as long as it's safe. Hey! You on the ledge! Hands up! Oh no, they found me.
Of course. Alright, well, we can hear gunfire, so let's tend to that first.
Get down from there, or we're coming up! You don't want to do that! Oh, yeah? Why not? I've got this whole place rigged to blow! That's why! I don't see no explosives! Where are they? All around here! Carefully concealed! If I press this button, we're all dead! Okay? Hey! Where did you come from? Back the hell off, or you're dead!
Okay, then. Well, that's interesting. We actually have 2 choices here. And I don't remember having either of those back in the beta. Let's go for the weird science skill check. The guy on the ledge has a Buckminster fusion device. It can atomize everything for a mile around. Put down your weapon and don't piss him off.
Wait, he's got what now? Settle down, cousins. We ain't looking to get atomized. That shit sounds like it would sting.
Not really.
We'll just put our weapons down, okay? Nice and slow. Nobody pisses the guy off on the ledge, right?
Oh, interesting. Okay. I really just thought that would give us combat advantage or something. But sure, why not? I guess you guys are all under arrest.
We'll go quiet. Just don't give us to the marshals, please.
I guess that's an understandable request.
This is Ranger HQ, reading you loud and clear, November 1. What's your status?
We arrested several Dorseys. Send a team to pick them up as soon as possible.
Copy that, November 1. Dispatching an arrest team now. Over and out.
The young gentleman is covered with dirt and shivering from the cold. His eyes are wide and shocked.
Oh, God. Did the Patriarch send you? I'm sorry. I need to warn you. The Dorseys are gathering up ahead between the Gateway Rocks. I'll tell you whatever I can. Just save their hostages, will you?
Who are you, and what are you doing here?
My name is Bellamy Ward. I'm a scientist. I invented the solar collectors and experimental farms on top of the rocks. I was calibrating the solar arrays when the Dorseys came through here, herding their hostages with them. So I hid up here and kept out of sight. They're savages. Animals. They beat those people. Laughed at them when they begged for their lives. The kids were screaming, so they beat them too. Then they dragged them all further on, toward their camp.
Unpleasant. Do you really have this place rigged with explosives?
God, no. I was stalling for time. If I had a few hours and the right chemicals, though, I could have prepared quite a surprise for them.
What was the material you used for the solar collectors?
A while ago, we found some old, non-functional solar panels from before the deluge of fire. I couldn't figure out their function at first, until I recovered a microcircuitry board and developed a laser spectrography process. I realized that I could help solve some of the electrical generation issues that have always been a problem for the city.
How do you get enough solar power in this weather?
The PALs, photon amplification lenses. They harness and focus the ambient light. It's fascinating, actually. They polarize the waves and create constructive interference. Normally, they maintain a stable temperature for the plants, but they can be adjusted to help power the solar collectors, or even thaw frozen components. I once coupled a PAL with a dynamic cross-photon matrix. I was trying to cook some bison steaks, but it incinerated the whole fire pit, melted the entire grill. Goes to show what can happen if you put a decimal in the wrong place.
That actually sounds promising. Where are the hostages?
I think they took everyone to their camp, just past the Gateway Rocks.
All right. Thanks, Bellamy. Keep your head down.
You saved my life. I won't forget it.
Sounds like things are about to get a bit grim. He looks at you, still dazed.
Bellamy! Bellamy, look at me! Have you seen my family? Are they here?
Lucia? I thought you were with your family. Oh, thank God you're not. Thank God. They went up ahead with their hostages, but... Lucia, I heard gunfire and screaming. You need to be ready for the worst.
If they've done anything to my people, I'm going to end them all.
Her eyes brim with tears, and she turns away angrily when she sees you looking.
Please do. I'll tell whatever I can to help. It's not much, but... You saved my life. I won't forget it.
Tier 2 assault rifle. I know our starting rifle is better, but that might actually be a good upgrade for Quan. Or it might be exactly identical to his unique weapon. Guess we'll just sell it or break it down for parts. Let's have a look at this stuff over here. Truly a cunning puzzle. Leafy green vegetables are happily growing atop this rock spire, warmed by solar collectors and other weird devices. The snow melts into droplets of water before it reaches them. That's actually pretty cool. I like that. Gotta say, they really did some interesting things with the setting in Wasteland 3. Very unique. The Gospel of Nick. No, not that Nick, the other Nick. An excerpt from the very poorly handwritten Holy Deluge Bible. Lovely. Alright, let's have a look. And yea, did the prophet Nick, who used to work at that Bargain Village Electronics Emporium next to that pizza place that went out of business after the E. coli outbreak, say unto his first followers of the Church of the Holy Deluge, has not the final deluge, that great rain of cleansing fire, given our children a new beginning by washing away all the false trappings of the old world? And then did Nick hold aloft a shatterproof airline coffee pot. Do you still worship this? He asked, and his followers exulted. Nay. Then did Nick hold aloft a compact disc jewel case inscribed, Awesome Dance Hits, Volume 47, and he asked them again, Do you still worship this? And again his followers exulted. Nay. He then held aloft a metal rotary blender, and then a copy of Teen Crushes magazine, and then a resealable plastic bag filled with disposable cameras, probably from a wedding. All were denied by the flock. So, with righteous fury and revel, did Nick toss the relics of the old world into the ceremonial fire, which that day was represented by a microwave hooked up to a hand-cranked generator, because the other Nick lost the flint to make the real fire. Tomorrow shall we incinerate this cursed microwave too, he promised his followers, or possibly next week if we cannot locate the flint, or a suitable replacement. And the entire flock did rejoice, except for the other Nick, who was still being shunned for losing the flint. You know, as far as post-apocalyptic religions go, that one doesn't seem so bad. I mean, it could definitely be worse. At least they're not strapping homemade nuclear devices to their backs. Bellamy might be trying to overcompensate for something. Yeah, smaller produce. I mean, they do need to feed an entire city. Hold up. Let's get a closer look here. We don't want a repeat of what happened back at Ranger HQ. Alright, let's get these things cleared. Oh. Ah, I guess we do still get to do some fighting. Ooh, and that does not look good. one thing at a time. Let's clear this little alcove back here. Hey, level up. And a frozen ferret launcher. Lovely. I guess that explains snapping Jimmy Bob's stock. I've also got a box of razor blades. And a brawling skill book. Not terribly useful for us, but still nice to have. Dynamic cross-photon matrix. Well, it's a dynamic matrix that crosses photons. Clearly. Yeah, I think we can agree on that. Bellamy test number 110. The label on this cassette tape has several scratched out lines on it. The only line not scratched out is the final one, which reads, Test number 110.
Right. This is Bellamy Ward, PAL operational test number, 110. I've adjusted the angle of the solar collectors by 3.12 degrees to improve the energy transmission from the photonic amplification lenses. I've also attached a more sensitive voltmeter to the test panel, so I can hopefully get a more accurate reading of the conversion rate. Everything's set. Here we go. The photon amplification lenses are operating at 60% ambient light, approximately what we would expect on a typical day in Colorado Springs. Checking the voltmeter now. Yes, it's working! Energy storage is 12% above norm. This is better than I hoped. Now, if I can get the storage rate up to 25%, we'll have surplus power running into the batteries each day. For the first time since the deluge of fire, Colorado Springs will have all the electricity it needs. I can't wait to show this to Theo and Megan. They'll be so excited.
We seem to have accidentally triggered the world's least efficient means of powering up a computer. But I suppose that's how we open this safe, so I guess we should give it a look. The interface of the computer has been customized with a cartoonish plant-based theme. A large eggplant smiles and presents what looks like a game menu. You were assigned an avatar of a cob of corn. It stated your name was auto-generated, but you have doubts that Bellamy's was random. Sure, why not? It's not like we have any more pressing concerns. Your vegetable avatar seems to be in a desert garden. You decide to stop after a series of events leads to all the cacti being slaughtered in a garden, and some guy with a BB gun started hunting you down. Man, what a tragic mistake. I hope they don't make that canon in Bellamy Land too. Your vegetable avatar seems to be in that same desert garden. The game starts at the funeral of a fellow vegetable. The game ends abruptly after you wonder what would happen if you dug up his grave. Shot to death. That was the answer. Yeah, we probably had that coming. Let's see what else we've got here. Digging through files, you find a partially implemented game called Bellamy Land 3, which appears to have a map called Garden of Bellamy. Bellamy appears to have modeled his entire workshop in the game. The only difference you notice is that there is no computer, and the electronic safe is connected directly to a generator. You launch Bellamy Land 3, and your vegetable avatar repairs the generator. You know, Bellamy might have too much time on his hands. Ooh, Adrenal Enhancer. This micropump takes over the release of hormones from the adrenal gland, resulting in improved speed and reaction time. +1 combat speed. Wow. Again, not something we can really use right now, but I can definitely see us using that later down the line. Not too shabby. Let's go ahead and get our gear reset. Let's go have a peek at this second group of Dorseys. The Beastmaster. Oh, well, that's convenient. Oh, and that is slightly less convenient. Keen Karen. Sweet and mousy is her look, but she's got your secrets in her book. +1 to perception. Nice. Also, 10 shrink grenades. The scientists who created this device were so obsessed with whether they could that they never thought about whether they should. Yeah, well, try telling that to whoever invented that ferret launcher. You know what? Let's go ahead and get those equipped. We've only got 10, but we've got them. Might as well use them. Okay, so we just need to get past these wolves, and then we can get access to that solar collector. And that will obviously give us an advantage against the Beastmaster. Let's get our guys lined up. Here we go. This will also give us a chance to try out that brainwave destabilizer. Huh, okay. I don't think that actually worked. I'm not seeing any status effects. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take down the Alpha, just to be on the safe side. I guess the real test will be seeing if the wolf on the right goes after the wolf on the left.
Got a bead on him. And...
Gotta say, I am disappointed. I really hoped that would work. Yeah, now that I'm actually looking at it again, there's no status effect or proc chance listed. Weird. That does feel like an oversight. You can see it clearly listed on other items. Oh well, that's fine. We've still got a flamethrower.
That was awesome!
Yeah, but it could have been more awesome.
You're a lifesaver.
Alright, I guess we'd better switch back to the machine gun.
Knew you had my back.
I am going to do some off-screen testing, though. Maybe we just got unlucky on that first shot. It's possible there is a status effect, and for whatever reason, it's just not listed in the item description. You know what? I just realized we are actually just past the hour mark, so let's go ahead and hit the pause button here. I'll do some off-screen testing just to verify whether or not that brainwave destabilizer works, and we'll pick up here next time as we take on the Beastmaster and officially move beyond what we saw in the beta. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Wasteland 3, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official YouTube and Twitch channels, the official social media feeds, or the official store pages. As always, links are in the description.